All right, Coach, it's a picturesque afternoon for football in the Northeast, and EA Sports comes to you from MetLife Stadium just across the Hudson River from New York City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the New York Jets. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
On first down, it's Darnold. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. To throw is Darnold. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Check tight. Check tight. Mike 54.
Back to throw, Darnold. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hubbard. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2.
Right here.
To the air again, Darnold. 6 yards in the wrong direction that time. Not only that, but it brings up 4th. On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory.
Ready? Check Mike 57. Mike 57. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Woo! Check 15. Check 15.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis, but now it's 3rd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Switch. Check out three.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Here we go.
On 3rd down, a run from Breida. He's got room to run past the 20. And he'll finally be taken down at the 29-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
So that's what that elbow in my ribs was all about. You thought they were going to throw the ball as well.
Absolutely. I think everybody thought they were throwing the football, caught him off guard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you have the courage to make that type of a play call, a lot of times you actually get rewarded.
On the ready. 50 seconds. Come on. Stop your whining.
Once again, they run with Breida on 1st down. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
At the 31-yard line.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, it's Jackson. He can run for it, and he will. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
First down, San Francisco.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 40-yard line.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Jackson. Pass complete to his receiver, Pettis. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 39. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
They go play action here on 1st down. Looking for Pettis, but that's intercepted. A.J. Boyer with a pick, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
That's good for a Jet 1st down, a gain of 13.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. I'm coming for you, Mike.
Darnold off the play fake to Bell. Going up top. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Darnold now to throw. And Anderson's got it. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
We're going to start. 58 to Mike. Let's get the ball.
On 2nd and 11 now. Darnold. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Nick Bosa has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one. All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Watch the screen! Watch the screen! Watch the screen! 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Watch the slant. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Patch it.
Jackson. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here, a safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had
under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. D Ford in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
He's not going to get me.
Darnold. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up third and 11.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on third. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hubbard. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Darnold from the gun. Caught here by Bell. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time. Well, if you do
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. The Jets on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Here's Darnold. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. They run with Breida. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. The Niners on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Now here's Goodwin with it on the jet sweep. A gain of 3, second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
From the 36, Jackson. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A first down there on a pickup of 25. 49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. On first down, here's Breida. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a give coming right is Breida. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Matt Breida, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. The extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
At the 31-yard line.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Here's Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And the pressure gets to him again. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And that'll skip out of bounds inside the 20 at the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And the 49er first down.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Come on now, let's go.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12.
53 to Mike, 53, check 53. Hey, that's scared, that's scared. Over. Mike, 53, 53, Mike. I got it. 53.
From the gun, Jackson is going to float this over the middle, deep. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. On the NFL scoreboard, an update from Foxborough. It's the Patriots with the early lead over the Bills. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
A running play there, going to get 10 and a quick first down. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Mike 54. Mike 54. Mike 54. I'm coming.
On first and 10, Darnold escapes this, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. D Ford, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Let's go, let's go.
Now Darnold. And he's going to go down again. D Ford make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one...
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. DeForest Buckner in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Flush to his right. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Out of the shotgun, Breida. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down.
Let's go, D. Let's go. Check, check. Press down. Press down. Press down. Switch, switch, switch.
Jackson from the shotgun. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. From his own goal line, Darnold over the middle, complete. That's Hubbard. And he gets this up just shy of the 15. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Darnold, he's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around to make a play on the football.
Check 26, check 26, and 80.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. 3rd and long, it's Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 22-yard line.
From the 22, Jackson. He's going to look deep down the field. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Darnold now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. The 20. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 43 yards.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval as a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Let's go, D, tighten up.
They'll try and run it in with Bell. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Well, it hasn't been a whole lot of fun for Le'Veon Bell in this ball game, trying to find room to run the ball. I'm sure they're going to have to change some things up because he's so versatile. They've got to get the ball in his hands somehow and create some space because they're losing this game.
Well, and defensively, you've got to key in on Bell, make him the focal point to stop him, and they've been able to do that.
And he has gotten better every year he's been in the league, always adding something to his game, one of the premier runners in the NFL.
Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. They come up in an offset eye.
54 Mike.
I don't even know why this team showed up.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now Bell. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Second and goal from the 1.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Here we go. Reset.
They'll try again with Bell. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell. His 5th touchdown now on the year as his guys are back within a single score. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Jackson. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Jackson, options out left. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10, down at the 31. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Shift.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave him with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. He may try and run for this. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th. And this one is right down Broadway. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Let's go! The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
25 yards that time. Darnold now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Nick Bosa racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Red 80. Baby, that's a baby shot. Joker.
To throw is Darnold. Going deep now for Herndon. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. The Jets on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. He'll drop to throw. And it's caught by Herndon. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 35. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Looking to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
After the penalty, it's Bell. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Darnold off the play fake to Bell. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. DeForest Buckner. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And this one is right through. And that'll get the lead down to 5. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Breida, he'll try the right side. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Check down to Breida. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now this one complete on the slant route. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 39.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now Mostert. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Look at this, a tight end carry. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
Here's Breida. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Play action. Now Jackson. And And this is going to be incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Let's put that team on the front.
This is Breida. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
We play to win. Let's go.
At their own 26-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D Ford in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. Darnold from the gun. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Nick Bosa in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
And here we go on 4th. Darnold. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
A couple of 1st downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Now Darnold. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Nick Bosa in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year.
Now, how about that? Rattled by a big play on the previous snap, they bounce back, and that's exactly what they needed defensively, getting a big play of their own.
Darnold. Herndon's got it complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Partner, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for third down. Darnold now to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on fourth down? Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Well, they needed the touchdown and the two-point conversion, but they're not going to get a shot at either. This is a great play here defensively, Brandon, and at a time that they sorely needed one. And that could be enough to help get them out of here with a victory.
Ready? I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Down to a knee for the 49ers. This one about to be on ice.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one.
Ready? Mike 57. Mike 57. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want.
So the victory here for San Francisco, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of. But now, it's about taking the ball away, taking away